Okay, so we're doing this 30 stage EZA, and I finally have time to talk about the Trunks teaser that we got for part 2 of the worldwide download celebration. And if you don't know what we're talking about, let's switch over here and we'll talk about it right now. So, if we take a look here, the global Dokkan Twitter, and it's pinned now, and the JP Dokkan Twitter both made a tweet here. Trunks, you're the last hope. Trunks, you're humanity's last hope. And it's like, well, very clearly, very obviously, it's a Trunks themes promotion video. And we'll just go ahead and let this play. Unfortunately, I can't actually play the audio of it because of copyright. Apparently, this is copyright. So we're just gonna kind of smooth through this, but okay, so right here we see this. Maki made me a promise that I would give it back to you. And if you don't know who Maki is the little is the girl that's how to explain it in this Future Trunks saga, right? It's like her and the boy are like screaming at the end for Trunks to like beat Zamasu, and they give their energy to him, right? We see the sort of hope right there. And then obviously right there we see Trunks when he's fighting Cell God. It's like looks very look at the equality right there. That's funny. You see Gohan when he beats Cell in the presents. After this, we see Trunks when he actually defeats Mecha Frieza. And we're just kind of going through like the history of Trunks here. We see, even back then, it's kind of going just like in reverse, where future Gohan was fighting the androids. And this is kind of where it ends, I think, right? And future Gohan right here is like saying, Trunks, you're our last hope, essentially. And yeah, right there, obviously, Trunks, you're humanity's last hope. And then it reverses all the way back, and bam, we're back to where Trunks is holding the sword. And that's basically when he's contemplating about, doing it. And he's like, this is something that I have to do as a mortal living in this world. So this, I mean, if you guys haven't kind of put it together just yet, very clearly, this is Sword of Hope Trunks. And this is a teaser for part 2 as a promo video. So in my personal opinion, this confirms that we're gonna get Sword of Hope Trunks as one of the part 2 LRs. And I think that's something that we were all kind of expecting. Sword of Hope Trunks. I mean, Sword of Hope Trunks specifically, if we take a look at it, it is Super Saiyan Trunks feature. Does not actually have an LR, obviously. In fact, this Trunks specifically doesn't even have a summonable LR at all. He's just a free-to-play LR right here, and that's not even the Dragon Ball Super Trunks, right? These are the only 2 Sword of Hope Trunkses in the game. This guy is a transformation. This guy is a 2016 unit, actually. Yeah, Sword of Hope Trunks never could have seen it coming out, right? So I think it's long overdue for Sword of Hope Trunks to get a Dokkan Fest LR with brand new animations. And I think that's really good for this Trunks, right? I think it's good for Trunks to get another good unit. I mean, if we take a look here, Trunks kind of was disrespected in 2021, right? I mean, we got AGO Trunks, we got these EZAs for the Super Trunkses, right? And it's like, even recently, like, this Trunks is fine. He's a funny guy. I think very divisive in the community, actually. This Tech Trunks is like a solid EZA too. But I don't know. I'm like, we need like a really strong Trunks, right? I mean, Trunks back previously wasn't like that disrespected. If we didn't get the power jump increase, it would have been fine. But yeah, a lot of time Trunks is, like this Trunks was good on release. This Trunks was good when he got his EZA, right? The Super Trunks EZAs were good, right? This Trunks was good. But like all these Trunkses came out in literally the same year. And then, oops, power creep, they all suck. So that's the issue. I think it's good that hopefully this like Trunks, which is assumingly we're going to think it's a carnival LR, gets really proper representation and is as strong as he really deserves to be. Another thing is that in future Gohan's EZA just came out, and it would be nice to just get another Trunks for his teams, right? Considering that he does transform. If there's a Trunks, he has a high chance to guard if there's a Trunks, right? So it just makes a lot of sense to me to get a new LR Sword of Hope Trunks specifically. Now, additionally, God Trunks, God Trunks is fine. Yeah, the Vector unit. Okay. Additionally, one other thing I want to talk about is the fact that I think this kind of soft confirms people's theory about a Dragon Ball Z Trunks. Because one, I don't think they're going to release 2 of the same name Trunkses as LRs together. Yeah, they're like, people are thinking like tank top Trunks and then sort of Trunks. Just like, just in general, I don't think they're gonna release Super Saiyan Trunks feature to Carnival R's like at the same exact time. I don't think that's something they would do, but who knows? Maybe they're like, yeah, we're just gonna release two. But because of the trailer, just basically covering Trunks's entire like, it just it's all Trunks, right? Every single part of Trunks. Maybe if it was just us seeing what happened in Dragon Ball Super, but this is him reliving all the promises he had with Gohan and stuff like that. It's like they would have not shown Dragon Ball Z here, and I think we would have gone Dragon Ball Super only, and then maybe tomorrow, if it was double Trunks, we would get a Dragon Ball Z Trunks like kind of trailer, where then we see like, you know, the androids and future Gohan here. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. So I think this kind of does deconfirm the Dragon Ball Z Trunks theory that a lot of people have been having, and it is a relatively popular theory because I see a lot of people still bring it up even to this day. But that's just my opinion. It could still be double Trunks for some reason. I don't think that's the case though. JP Dokkan also tweeted this. It's the same exact trailer though, not really any much value. Yeah, the fixed fusions Moss's name is this thing, right? Now I guess if we take a look at Sword of Hope Trunks specifically, I guess he'll just be Super Saiyan Trunks future. He'll just be exactly like this guy. We don't know if he's gonna have like a standby or a domain. My personal opinion is that he's actually going to have a domain. Now, if you guys notice, when Trunks gets the Sword of Hope, the sky clears and then it becomes just a blue sky, right? Because obviously we know in the Future Trunks saga, the sky is all gray and green, you know, because of Goku Black and Zamasu. Like, I don't know, it's like polluted or something. And then Trunks gets a Sword of Hope and he clears the sky with like his Sword of Hope Spirit Bomb kind of thing. And it changes the like background. So I think that's like makes a lot of sense for him to get like a domain type of ability. Who knows what his domain ability would be? I mean, we got another domain character very recently in this Trunks right here. This guy will easy eventually. Excuse me, but he does give Future Saga allies and enemies 10% attack and debuff, 10% attack and defense buff. So maybe he gives allies a support buff. Maybe he makes extreme class allies. Imagine he makes extreme class allies take and enemies take more damage. That would be pretty interesting, and that'd be a very strong effect for Red Zone specifically. But I mean, we'll see what his kind of domain effect would be. Maybe it's a standby and Vegito is part of the card again, right? That's like not impossible to think about, but I'm thinking a domain ability for the Trunks. Usually orb changing, so like give him some orb changing abilities, I think would be really cool. If he gets buffs against Realm of Gods enemies, that's not the biggest deal ever, because like, I mean, so many of the hardest fights now are against Realm of Gods enemies. Like, just suddenly, we have so many Realm of God enemies. It's absolutely insane. I mean, in the Red Zone right here, Goku Black and the Zamasu stage right here, both of these stages are very difficult. This stage is the hardest Red Zone stage by far. It's probably on the level of Omega Shenron's difficulty, right? That's how difficult, like, this Red Zone is. And obviously, Realm of God enemies. These stages are quite tough. The Zamasu stage I feel like is difficult. Vegito Blue stage is very difficult. This stage is not really that bad, I guess, but like these two stages are difficult, I feel. But especially these red zones are very annoying to a lot of people, and this Vegito stage is also very annoying to a lot of people. So it is good to see kind of that situation, right? Where, you know, it would be fine, I guess, to me if we see Sword of Hope Trunks specifically have buffs against Realm of Gods, just like the Blue Goku and Vegeta. Wouldn't really be that big of a deal. At least just in my personal opinion, it would not really be that big of a deal. Now, in terms of his categories and what leader skill you could have, I mean, if we take a look here, again, Hybrid Saiyans, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, like all these teams, a lot of these teams could get a new leader, Battle, you know, not Battle Wits even maybe, but it already has a category lead, right? Miraculous Awakening and Trusted Will, even Bottom Master, well, actually, no, that's a Gohan. Future Saga doesn't have like a carnival leader, so maybe like Future Saga could get it. Even though we just got a Future Saga leader, I wouldn't put it past them to do that again. Maybe, you know, I'm thinking, what if they give him Power of Wishes, 200% carnival lead? I mean, it's been basically 8 months since the 8th anniversary units came out. So we could just get a 200% lead for this category, and that would be a very strong team. Just a 200% lead for Power of Wishes would be very, very strong. And obviously, I mean, the Trunks is carrying the hope of everyone, so it makes a lot of sense. Entrusted Will, you could say like, oh, Entrusted Will could be good, but this team kind of sucks. I actually wouldn't really like this team to get a 200% like that. Maybe if it's like Entrusted Will gets 200%, and he gives like Super Class 3 Keen 150%, that would be also really good. Like how they kind of give Vegito Super Class and 150%. That, I think, would like that quite a bit. You don't think it'll be Power Wishes? Anniversary categories usually don't get new leaders. I mean, who is that? Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Fused Fighters. Does Fused Fighters even have a new lead? I mean, it depends, right? Because like we got like 16 billion movie heroes units, right? In the span of a year, right? Because I know the LR Gods, we didn't get a new Fused Fighter leader, and then Power Beyond Super Saiyan until right now. And then this unit, I don't think there's been another Fused Fighter lead. So maybe, I guess, yeah, Tills and Mouse is like, that's a fair point. But I wouldn't say it's like impossible or out of the question. Yeah, someone said Time Travelers, right? Time Travelers 200% could be good too. But I'm thinking of like, if we do get a Rose with this guy, I would like Rose to lead Time Travelers probably. I think that'd be a good shot, right? Like a Time Travelers Rose, that'd be really good. And it would make a lot of sense, but that's pretty much it. And I guess, you know, maybe they would want to get like Future Gohan on his team. So maybe he will lead Future Saga, right, as a 200%. And I wouldn't think that's also impossible again, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and hopefully Trunks is pretty good. Catch you next time.